Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Think of all that time. Every wait in the winter. All those hours no one else saw. Every sprint in the summer. Think of every sacrifice. Early mornings on the levee. Late nights in the film room. Bus rides to playoff games. Every bump in the road. Every moment of ecstasy. Every moment of doubt. Years wondering. Is it all worth it? It's all led to this. Man, I got this. It's a 60-minute drive for a 60-minute game. After all the miles we've traveled, we're almost there. After all the hours we've worked, one more can make us legends. After all that time, this is our time. Caveman on the line. HG got the stats.
No filters, no suits, just facts on blast.
He seems like no nonsense guy. Like
re-emphasize that for the Saints fans out there on TikTok. Caveman. What did you just say?
The rebuild starts right now.
Marshawn
Lattimore's gone, so the defense, like we're not getting any better.
To the left, got the edge and grind. We break it all
Get it into
down
Smith.
like
What a pass! God damn! Danielle Smith with the game winner! Oh my goodness!
And that is why you have Aaron Fry pass the ball in.
We roar from the base to the backfield floor. No filters, no fake control. We
It's a real year. Like you have you have the best quarterback in the league, arguably, the best wide receiver in the league, and you've got the best edge rusher in terms of total sacks in the season. You're 4-7, and your playoff chances are hanging on by it.
HG on deck, stats loaded and primed. Reading the field.
Let's make it interesting.
We're making it interesting. Come on. Give us the freaking one.
Breaking down ball like a heat wave blade.
Oh, let's go! Oh, no. Put him in there. Did not put him in there.
We see through the hype. Call out the feed.
So don't you go saying that you're never going to see that. You're such a hater.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard, MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Welcome, Quack.
Program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
For your
You are looking live at Till the Final Whistle, everybody. HG and Caveman are back in the house with another week. We're very sorry that we weren't here on Tuesday, but it was the first weekend without football. It was a sad time. I know I was pretty bored on Sunday. I went to the gym for a lot longer than I usually do on Sunday morning because there was just nothing to do. And it sucks. what used to be a nice, quiet gym experience on Sunday mornings before Sunday football has now become a hellscape. It is so packed in the gym on Sundays now because football is over. I'm losing my mind.
Yeah,
But Tuesdays,
me
though,
too.
Tuesday afternoon, got to be the best time to go to the gym. I swear, it's empty in there. I could actually go and use a machine and get some sets in. And we got a lot of stuff for you guys today because I'm very disappointed, sad to announce Arizona has lost their second game, took an overtime loss to Texas Tech. They're in the toughest stretch of their season, though. I
Yeah,
mean,
they've got a real brutal stretch.
what
We
the
were
heck
kind
can
of
you do?
foreshadowing this a couple shows back. We're like, they're gonna really have to test their mettle. It's a lot of top teams that they've got to face off. They have another absolutely huge game on Saturday.
Yep.
Who are they playing? It's an out of conference game too, isn't it?
No, I believe they're still in there in conference play. Let's check that real quick.
I know because I know we've got Duke, Michigan on Saturday. That's like they have this big out of conference game, which is going to be huge. Okay, no, they're just playing Houston, so that is an in conference game, but that's still a massive matchup there.
So they're playing BYU tonight, and then 3 days going to Houston to play that team. My goodness.
Yeah. Houston just coming off of a loss a couple nights ago to Iowa State. That was a fantastic game. That felt like a Final Four matchup. It's been a special,
it really did.
Special college basketball season. Not like we got spoiled with an incredible NFL season, and we're having one of the best college basketball seasons in recent memories. Like every week, you've got like at least 2 or 3 games that feel like they're a Final Four or an Elite Eight matchup. It's like wow, these are just like
great games.
So 2 incredibly talented teams. And it comes down to the wire. So it could really be anyone's game. It really feels like it's anyone's year though.
Oh yeah. There's not really one team that has stood out for really all that long. I mean, Arizona winning 22 straight, 23 straight actually, and then breaking a school record. It looked like they were that team for a while till they took an L. And even Michigan, they're the number 1 team in the country right now, but they have shown this season they can be beaten. I believe it was by Wisconsin or Nebraska that took them out. But we've seen all.
No, it was it wasn't even somebody that was ranked.
It was either Minnesota, Wisconsin, or Nebraska, I think is who they lost to.
I think
it was a red team.
I think it was Wisconsin.
It was a red team, like right when they started earlier in the conference play.
Yeah.
But we've seen all the best teams with all the best prospects go down in the season, play in some of their best matchups we've seen in a really long time. It kind of sucks, though, for the Winter Olympics in Milan because we got the Super Bowl 2 days after the Olympics started. Then we had NBA All-Star Weekend after the first week of the Olympics. And then now all throughout that in men's and women's. So one of the best seasons of college basketball we've seen in a while.
Right.
And college baseball starting.
It's unfortunate for the Olympics that NBC is doing the coverage because I feel like they are just not really doing a great job of showing off everything. It's like every time I feel like NBC, we've got them at work where I work. We have affiliates so we're obviously running a lot of Olympic coverage for them, and most of the time when I get a chance to watch a little at work or if I'm watching at home, it just feels like it's either these like downhill skiing events or figure skating, which I don't have a problem with either, but like I kind of I can only watch so much, and it's like I know there are other places that have Olympic coverage, but when I open up my Hulu app to watch some TV, and like I don't want to go scouring through the channels when I can see like, oh, prime time in Milan
Yeah.
just got figure skating on, or I could go watch, there's an NBA game on, or there's this top 25 matchup that's going down here. Like
I don't know. The fans
I'm just
of
more
those
content.
two events, like true fans of those events, are gonna have to let us know. There's like, is there that little of coverage of those sports throughout the years that there isn't the Winter Olympics? That is that the reason why they're like mainly covering those sports, because they mainly aren't getting a lot of airtime throughout the year already? Or is it just because they feel like that's their moneymaker in the Olympics? Because there's 116 events, and this is the first games officially hosted in two cities. It's in Milan and Cortina. So I feel like they had a lot to work with to make this like a really, really hyped up in big Winter Olympics this year.
I'll say, I was telling Caveman before he came up, but I was upset because I got, I had the Fox Network affiliates effing up, so I missed out on like getting to watch the half pipe events when they were on at my work, and like the Giant Hill event, which I thought which would have been really cool to check out. But yeah, I don't know. NBC, I'm like, please switch it up. Like all the coverage I've seen about hockey, it's all been highlights and stuff off of social media. I haven't been able to like, I don't know if it's just the timing or something, but I haven't been able to find like any of the games live, or even like a re-airing of the game. Obviously, we've got a big time zone difference, but
And there's
it's a
at
little
my job,
frustrating. I want like the hockey's was the thing I was the most excited for, and I haven't been able to find coverage of it.
it's like there's a lot more world talent in hockey now that there has ever been, honestly. Like, I'm excited. I wanted to see what the other countries had
Right.
in store, because it's not just Canada and the United States that have good hockey players. Like, there's
I believe it's Switzerland has an absolutely stacked team as well. They've got I believe like Leon Draisaitl, I think, is like the captain of that team, and I mean, but they've got like a number of other NHL stars there. And who else was it that I was thinking of? It's not Norway. I think it's Finland. That's also got a pretty stacked team. So yeah, like there's a lot of
it's like there's a lot of other countries out there that hockey is their biggest sport, that aren't even like, I actually really was interested to see what the other countries had.
yeah.
And I mean, I usually only hear what's going on the TV when I'm walking by our little TV room at the place I work, and there's some of the residents in there watching the Olympics throughout the day, and I'll just peek in, and it's kind of the same thing you're saying. They've usually the main channel they find, it has figure skating or some type of downhill skiing that is more, it's more like a course. And I mean, it's not like these sports aren't interesting to me. It's just like there's so many other ones that they have.
Right.
Like, I want to see some luge, some skeleton.
I can enjoy.
Those are actually those are really exciting.
Yeah, I can enjoy watching some of that a little bit, but it gets to a point.
Snowboarding too.
Right.
Like, I wanted to see some of that.
Yeah, I like it. I cannot tell you. I was so upset I couldn't watch the half pipe because of my work. But that's what happens sometimes. But I really wanted to check out the half pipe. Yeah, and I mean, I'm gonna try to make an effort to catch hopefully they have it on NBC, but the women's hockey team will be playing Canada. They've got Canada for the gold medal match. U.S. women's ice hockey has been eviscerating their competition this year. They've defeated, they have a 30-1 goal to goals allowed margin. They've scored 31 goals and they've only given up one the entire Olympics.
Yep.
I mean, that is peak dominance. It's incredibly impressive. And so now, I mean, it really gives you this. I mean, Canada shouldn't really be seen as any like type of David in this, but
yeah, we already beat them 5-0 once.
But I mean, like with the way the women's team is rolling, it's like it kind of does feel like David versus Goliath.
It really does.
Because
you just shout out to the Czech team from the Czech Republic. Only team able to score a goal.
Only squad to score a goal. Like the women's hockey team, yeah. They had I mean, they've only picked up one win that whole tournament too, but it's honestly more impressive that they got a goal. I'm trying to remember the goalie for the women's ice hockey team. Let me go. She's been just unreal.
This is must see TV right here.
Ariane
in my opinion,
Frankel.
This makes a case that maybe we see some more professional women's sports after we see in all this. Even in the Summer Olympics, we saw that lady go viral in women's rugby, trucking through everybody in those games.
So I believe that the gold medal and bronze medal matches for the ladies ice hockey, that's tomorrow around like 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock our time, if they're going for it to be if they're live. Huh? Is Italy? I thought they were 10 hours ahead of us. Maybe it's only 8. So I mean, they'll be so in Italy, those are going to be like the late primetime matchups, I guess. Before everyone goes to sleep over there, but for us it'll be in the afternoon.
Though that'll be a good game to go and catch.
Yeah.
I need to see if I can watch that. Should we take a look at some of these? Got a list of unbreakable Olympic records in history we can take a look at.
Oh, well, if you want to catch them live,
here we go.
The bronze medal match is at 6:40 a.m. and the gold medal match is at 11:10 a.m.
Okay.
But then they'll probably re-air them later that night on NBC or somewhere. The NBC should be re-airing these games for the prime time. The prime time in Milan. But there you go. So if you're trying to catch those ice hockey championship matchups, there they are.
And if anyone is interested in our medal count as well, Norway leads right now, 15 gold, 8 silver, 9 bronze. They've got 32. Italy coming up in second place, 25 total medals, and the United States with 24 in third. So we've got the most silver medals out of anybody. Norway leads in all gold medals, and Italy got the most bronze, is what I'm seeing, right? And most bronze and a good amount of golds to go with it as well, 9 of them.
And then if you're looking for the athletes that have the most medals, it's Norwegian Johannes Hasflot Kalbo, I think is how you say that. I probably butchered that. I apologize. But he's got 5 gold medals to lead all athletes in terms of total golds and all total medals. If I'm guessing, he's probably a skier. Another Norwegian skier, who kind of made some headlines, not for winning medals, but for confessing that he cheated on his wife.
He's one of the medal leaders too. That's awesome.
Sturlaholm Legrid. He's got 2 silvers and 2 bronze. And keep in mind that confession came after he won a bronze medal. How
are you gonna do that?
And then this is Switzerland. Franjo von Almen's got 3 gold medals. Him and French athlete Quentin Filon Mallet, each with 3 gold medals to round out the top, to round out that 3rd spot there in terms of total golds. They got a couple of other athletes that have 3 medals but not 3 golds. But Frida Karlsson of Sweden and Anna Odin-Ström of Norway both have 2 golds and a silver medal as well. So, obviously not Michael Phelps level dominance, but I feel like it's harder to have a lot of different events that you can compete in Winter Olympics. So, to just have like 4 or 5 is honestly really impressive that you're able to do that.
Yeah.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey. From the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's the line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White,
things are dizzy, spinning rapidly. To miss another beat is such a tragedy. Now this moment feels like all eternity. It should feel so comfortable. It's all in the secrets of the open hearts club. Tear it down, there is no need to scream and shout. When everything seems crazy, reflection now. A peace of mind should not include deception's help. It should feel so comfortable. All eyes stare into the scene, leaving bad taste in our memories. How can we all find change? It's all in the secrets of the open hearts club.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
All right, everybody. We are back. Welcome to Till the Final Whistle, everybody. We just finished up some Olympic coverage before. It was perfect timing. We were just about to move on to something else when the camera and the computer glitched out on us. But we're back. We got everything sorted out. Drop in the comments. What's been your favorite Winter Olympics moment so far? Was it the man winning a bronze medal in his event and admitting that he cheated on his girlfriend? I mean, that's kind of been the most viral part of this Olympics, other than
there was the quad
that guy's
god
backflips.
The guy that hit the quad pirouette, whatever it was. Yeah, there've been some cool moments, but I'm sorry, I still think the summer clears.
It does.
The debate me on that, but
at least the last Summer Olympics compared to this Winter Olympics, I'm gonna say that the Summer Olympics clears.
Oh yeah, no, there was the last Summer Olympics was honestly pretty fire. Well, we did start the show. We were talking a little college hoops, and we didn't want to get derailed, so we went back to it. But should we go over there, Caveman? Go over to the college hoops world, man. What's going on?
We should.
Dude, it's been. We'll start over here on the women's side. Give the ladies a shout out because we've had some just phenomenal matchups. So
we're saving up.
Yeah, flash all the way back to Thursday. First of all, we were talking about Texas has to take on Vanderbilt, and the Commodores, man, the Longhorns come into their house and they delivered a statement. Texas only
beat them by 16. Dang.
The most points Texas scored in a quarter was 22. So it was some smothering defense and some big time shot making.
Blake had 34.
Yeah, they held Madison Booker to just 20 points and 8 rebounds. She did also have 3 steals, so she got some work done on the defensive end. But yeah, I mean, it was a smothering effort out of here, the Commodores, and I think they were just really able to go. I mean, they weren't even really going to their bench too much. Only 2 girls really got any minutes off of the bench compared to Texas. Kind of had to go.
They went into the rotation.
Into their bench, yeah. But they just had, Texas wasn't sure what lineup to put out there to counter this. They did an excellent job of taking away the 3-point shot for the Longhorns. 3 of 15 in this game.
Wow.
And 30 of 78. So, I mean, yeah, it was. They took way less shots than Texas as well. I mean, it was just a lot better shot selection out of them, and just better overall defense. So a bit of a statement win here from Vanderbilt. That was a big time victory.
It's a big time win, man. Blake's just solidifying her name there in that Player of the Year conversation. Another person who I think can as well. And I think their win over Baylor on Thursday was honestly a statement that they're kind of forced to be reckoned with in the Big 12. Olivia Miles, dude. 40 points and 6 rebounds on the road on a pretty long road trip they've been on. They were in Colorado on the Super Bowl, and then moving on here to another huge matchup, took down then the number 12 ranked Baylor Bears.
Yeah, that was a vintage performance out of Olivia Miles.
One of the most dominant scorers.
Yeah, I mean, dude, she shredded Baylor's perimeter defense. 10 of 20 from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
She hit 10 threes.
She's one of the best 3-level scorers.
That's hard to do in a professional game to hit 10 threes, and you have extra time to do that. And she did that
Less
in a
time.
40-minute game. 8 less minutes, and she hit 10 threes, 2 steals, blocked a shot, 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Was just overall an absolute menace against Baylor. They had no answers for her. Yeah, TCU climbing up in the rankings after this one, and a sneaky good team.
Watch out for them, dude, because she's just elite scorer, man. All 3 levels of the court, she just finds her spot. I mean, if you hit 10 threes, that's how you get a 40 piece right there.
Yeah. Friday was a bit of a slow day for them. Not a ton of big
Only
top
one
25 matchups.
Oh, what do you mean? Princeton got upset by Columbia.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Number 24 team, Ivy League matchup. Perry Page with a double-double, 25 and 10 boards.
Game of the weekend right there. That is a huge upset. They got killed.
I mean, if you were looking at just all the games that were going on, let's see anything. Harvard, Yale, how they matched up. Leading scorer for Yale had 32. Harvard, Kay White, she had 35. I think it's Kendra. So there was some intrigue there, but we go back down to Saturday, and LSU taking on South Carolina on their home court, and the Gamecocks go in there and pull off a big road victory. They improved to 25 and 2. And again, you go and look at a South Carolina game, and it's just like you just see people contributing all over the place. Tessa Johnson leads the team.
Oh my God. Wait a minute.
You look at that, Medina Oka.
Oh my God. 17 boards.
Right?
Her and Raven Johnson. That's all they needed.
Yeah, they put up 24 rebounds between the two of them.
They, as a team, they still got out rebounded by 9. There was a Amaya Joyner and Okot just battling it on the glass in this game.
Flawaysia Johnson Johnson had 8 points or 8 rebounds, 21 points in this one, a block and a steal, 46 boards for the LSU team in general. But again, I'm looking at you're looking at these big top 25 matchups on the women's side, and it's like the team that can't shoot the 3 ball well is really struggling. 2 of 12 from beyond the arc for LSU, and that ended up kind of being a big difference as they lose this game by 7.
Yeah, they really needed some big shots down the stretch.
But they were also pretty terrible at the line, and that could even be more of the difference, missing 9 free throws in this one. Got 23 attempts, but only were able to hit 14.
It's kind of rare from what's her name? Coach over at LSU. It's kind of rare from a team for her to not be as disciplined.
Something.
It's Kim Mulkey is her name.
Yeah, thank you.
I was thinking that was somebody else, but it's like her and Don Staley, 2 SEC coaches that they've built a name for themselves. They've had super disciplined teams that make it really far in the tournament. It's pretty rare to see this from a Kim Mulkey team. I'm going to be honest. They've been really good all season though, but just that alone, their 3-point shooting and their free throw percentage in this game might hurt them come in the tournament. We might see LSU get upset pretty early. Who knows?
And then on Sunday, man, we had so many big matchups in this one. So start off with TCU taking the number 17th ranked TCU took down number 19 ranked West Virginia in a really defensive battle, 59-50. Horned Frogs get the victory. We had an SEC matchup, 2 top 25 schools, number 14 ranked Ole Miss on the road against number 18 Kentucky. Kentucky getting the victory there, 28-9 from Clara Strack of the Wildcats. And again, Old Miss, 3 of 15 from deep. It's making a big difference in these games. Just being able to hit, 3 or 4 more threes is really can really give you a big advantage.
It's those top teams right now are the elite shooting teams that are really going out there at a high clip, or the ones with the dominant big down there that is really just, if you got a low post player like Lauren Betts and Blake's and Madison Booker and Sarah Strong, you got yourself a solid team. But these other squads, man, they might be undersized, but they can hit 3 or 4 more threes than you, and they're right in the game.
We had number 11 Duke hosting number 21 North Carolina, 72-68 victory there for the Blue Devils. Number 10 Oklahoma was on the road to face their conference opponent Alabama, who was ranked 23rd in the country at the time. They got a 79-71 victory, and one of my favorite names in women's
Reagan Beers,
right now, Reagan Beers, 21-9, 3 assists and a steal in this one.
He's also top candidate for player of the year right now. She's been having herself a season. And speaking of Oklahoma, their softball team is back in action recently, and they kicked off their season. Everybody go check it out. They won a game 34-0.
And Regan Beers, Littleton, Colorado.
Okay, now so I need the number 15 Beers jersey ASAP.
Having a good season though, averaging 16, 10, and 2 on 62% shooting, so pretty highly efficient.
Some Colorado girls making a name for themselves in college hoops. I like that. We got Lauren and Sienna Betts, now Reagan Beers. We're finding out from Littleton. That's dope.
Vanderbilt was fresh off of a big victory against Texas. Then they got upset on the road by Georgia, 76-74. That was a back and forth game. Bridges did have 27 in this one. You had Justine Piscott scoring 23 as well. But then the Lady Bulldogs.
Carnegie, sorry.
Yeah, Danny Carnegie, 29 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. She knocked down 5 threes, was just getting it done all over the court. Right there. And yeah.
Ohio State and Maryland faced off. Looks like a 19-point comeback. Rallied in the second half. Looks like all done in the third quarter for Maryland. Win this game by 1 point. Upsetting the number 8 team in the country at that time on Sunday.
The road.
What a game.
They stormed back on the road.
Luki Okinawa had 17 and 10, 4 assists and 3 steals. Yarden Garzon had 17 points as well. And Sailor Poffenbarger with 13 piece.
13 and 11. So they had 2 girls post a double-double.
2 double-doubles.
One. Poffenbarger also picking up 3 steals. Same with Okinawa with 3 steals as well. So getting it done on both ends of the floor. Right there. That was a pretty big difference in this one. Pulling off 11 steals. And both teams weren't really great protecting the basketball.
Yeah, both had 18 turnovers.
Ohio State, kind of been their problem in some end games this year is where they can be they've got a really good tandem of Chance Gray and Jeloni Cambridge. But sometimes, the rest of the team doesn't really step up and do as much as those two do. And in this game, that was kind of the case. 29 from Cambridge, Gray with 25. Cambridge also posted 8 rebounds and 5 assists. And Cambridge had or then Gray was picking up 3 steals. So, but the rest of their team, nobody else got double-digit scoring there. Not a lot of great shooting splits for anybody else, and yeah, most of their threes came from those two. Ava Watson did chip in 3 of her own, though, but nobody else was really getting to the line besides those two either. You look at 16 total free throw attempts, 12 between Gray and Cambridge. So,
like that is kind of been the majority of their offense too. Where if they have somebody attacking the basket, try and go score, it's one of those two. It's like their aggressiveness when they're getting to the rim has been what's got them to the line. That weekend on Sunday ended off with some bangers in the top 25. But I think Monday didn't really have we didn't even get to all the matchups yet. But on Monday, I think everybody's got to keep their eye out on Iowa, because their sophomore center, Ava Hayden, I think we got one of the next big time centers in college basketball here. Underclassmen, kind of been under the radar all season. Iowa hasn't really been the major team everyone's talking about. She's averaging 13th
which is crazy.
She's averaging 16 and 7 right now on the season, 63%. Still got 2 more years left at Iowa. We could be seeing one of the next dominant centers in college basketball, women's college basketball. She had 27 and 11 against Nebraska on 12 of 15 shooting. It only took 1 3 and 3 attempts at the line. So it really just automatic anywhere in that low post, and came out there with 3 blocks, the team's 3 blocks.
Yeah, Iowa could be dangerous. I just think they're one of those teams that might get hurt by their lack of production from the bench. It's been hit or miss with them, but they could they have a really strong starting 5. And then we'll round off Tuesday to kind of wrap up a recap around women's hoops this week. Houston and Tennessee, or not Houston, Ole Miss and Tennessee squared off in an absolute.
This game got heated.
Yeah, and it was. There were a lot of wild swings in this one. So Ole Miss goes up with the lead at halftime, and they ended up scoring 31, and they were up. They were looking like they were gonna run away with it. And then Tennessee started storming back, but then eventually the Rebels started knocking down some shots again, and the lead that they had built was just too much for Tennessee to overcome. But it was looking like a little bit in doubt there.
Cody McMahon dropping that career high 39 points in this one, 12 of 22, and just efficiently got to the line, 14 of 18 with a double-double too.
You had really 2 players just going back and forth with the scoring. You had Talasia Cooper of Tennessee. She dropped 30 points of her own. But it was the supporting cast for the Rebels. I mean, the big difference here.
Oh, yeah.
Tiana Thompson gave 12 points off the bench. You had Latasha Lattimore. She scored 14, had 12 rebounds, 2 blocked shots in this one. Christina Wallow dropping 16 and 5. So, not to say Tennessee didn't have some solid supporting cast. Lauren Hurst and Alyssa Latham didn't start in this one, but ended up getting some more minutes off the bench. Got 16 and 10 out of those 2, but yeah, they just they kind of dug themselves too deep of a hole early, and they weren't able to climb out of it. If they didn't have such a bad third quarter where they I think if they could have kept it closer in the third, what they did in the fourth might have made this game a lot more interesting.
And the ending of this game too was a little heated. At least the competitive spirit was showing, and in that moment, Tennessee's head coach went by. That had to have been the quickest and coldest eye contact on a handshake at post game I've ever seen. Like we got a new rivalry brewing with Tennessee and Ole Miss after this game because
Ben
this
Johnson,
was
Matt LaFleur levels of hatred.
oh yeah, that was nice. And I mean, Ole Miss got a chance to really come out. They can shock South Carolina on the road coming up this weekend. And it's going to be a tough cover because tomorrow night they're playing LSU, then going to South Carolina. If they win those two games, or at least take out LSU, Ole Miss has a chance to be a top 3 team in the SEC towards the end of the season, or at least be in that top 4 range, depending on where Texas finishes. They're 5th right now with their 8-4 conference record in the toughest 2-game stretch that they're going to be seeing all season long to get into this tournament. I just want to see Tennessee and Ole Miss in the same bracket and line up, play each other somewhere. Because that game had the potential. If they, like you were saying, they kind of got themselves into a hole way too early, and that end of the halves, beginning of the second half, like they could have had this game looking like a Final Four matchup.
I think I think that's kind of the sentiment Tennessee has, or like they felt like, okay, we could have, like we came out of the gate way too sluggish and got off to a bad start. I mean, they only scored 12 points in the first quarter, so they got to be thinking like, if we get off to a faster start, we can beat these gals rather.
They definitely want that one back.
I mean, hopefully we might get it sooner rather than later in the SEC tournament. Well, so hopefully they end up facing each other in that.
True.
I mean, they'll both make it. Looking over here at the top 25, you've got UConn just still
27-0, right?
Away. Is anybody going to beat them? I mean, really,
who do they play for the rest of the year?
We were just talking about this last week, so they've already won 2 of those other matchups by a lot.
Yeah,
they've got Villanova, which it's on the road, but they've already beaten Villanova by 49 this season. So I don't know. It's Providence, whoop-de-doo, Georgetown, St. John's. Like, let's look at St. John's is probably the toughest team they got left besides Villanova.
Yeah, it's like that. That team's 14-3 in the conference. They still beat them by 40.
Yeah. And then they've already played St. John's and they beat them by 43. They beat Providence by 40 or 37. Honestly, let me see how many times this season they've only beaten a team by single digits. So let's see. No. There's one. No.
Once against Michigan.
No. Nope. Dude, this is.
So they've beaten the team by single digits once.
Team. It's unreal. I mean, it's not like they've just had like a cakewalk schedule. I mean, Michigan is the number 6 team in the country currently. They've beaten Louisville, they've beaten USC, they've beat Tennessee as well. Michigan is the only team that's been able to keep a game within single digits against UConn. Like, as much, I'll just say, like, enjoy the first few rounds of the women's tournament. Once we get to the elite, like the Final Four, then it's just going to be watching UConn.
Yeah, you're just going to be watching UConn clean up shop.
I don't think I can, in good faith, unless I see something drastic change with this team, I don't think I can, in good faith, pick anybody else but the women's Huskies team to win
Gino
this year.
Gino's done it again. Put together a championship roster. I mean, it's the reason why he's been their coach since the freaking like the 80s. Dude, he was coaching that team back when they had freaking Diana Taurasi. This dude just time and time again.
They have Azzy Fudd, who she's projected to be like the number 1 overall pick, isn't she?
Yeah,
or at least top 3.
She's projected to be top
And
3.
she's not even the best player on the team.
No,
That's like what?
no.
Um,
You look down through the roster, like KK Arnold, Ike Brady, Azzy Fudd, Sarah Strong.
And look, Sarah Strong is human. She's no longer leading the top team in the country in every major statistical category.
As a sophomore.
Yeah, KK Arnold's is now averaging more assists per game by her by 0.3, but still. I like what Strong is doing is just insanely impressive. And that's not to take away anything else from these other girls. Like that is why they're beating every team by like 20 plus every game. I mean, like,
oh yeah. And like next season, we really could be seeing her, like her assist number might even go up to like 6 or 7. I think we might be seeing her just about give you nearly a triple double every night.
I mean, like, look at some of these scores. Like against a good, like Ohio State's still got a really good basketball team, 100-68. Utah, they beat 93-41. They beat Xavier 104-39. They beat USC 79-51. Iowa, they beat Iowa 90-64. Butler 94-47. They beat Villanova. They beat 99-50. They beat Creighton 95-54. These are just ridiculous margins of victory. Tennessee, they beat 96-66. They beat Xavier again 97-39.
Yeah, I don't really think you can pick any other team. There's no. It doesn't look like anyone can beat them.
Creighton, they beat 94-44. It's just been like that was her second game against Creighton, but it's just been like generational beatdown after generational beatdown, game after game. It's unreal. I mean, we'll go back to the top 25 here for a second because I think there's maybe 2 teams, maybe 3 that I think could potentially beat them.
Maybe South Carolina.
South Carolina, potentially. UCLA's got a really good roster. They're 25-1. I think they've got the size to match up inside with UConn. And
Texas.
Texas. I'll actually see Texas in there. This one's a bit of a sleeper, but I was going to say LSU. Just because of they've got a great coach. They've got a lot of experience in there. So it's like, when it like in a championship setting, like they could come up with it. But even then, like Texas and LSU are kind of like the sleeper picks. Really, the only two are the 2 teams behind them, which are UCLA and South Carolina.
Yeah,
I was talking about that, how they've beaten Ohio State, they beat Michigan. Like currently, right now, those teams where they rank in the top 25. Michigan at 6, Ohio State at 10.
Vanderbilt has some pretty good size as well, but they got to play as good defensively as they did against Texas for me to feel like they got a chance to take out UConn. But that could be a team. They've got some size.
That's just like what.
It's like we've already seen what they did to Ohio State.
Problem, man.
We've already seen what they did to Iowa. We've already seen what they did to Tennessee. They're just absolutely dominated every team.
Hold on a second. Where's their? I'm trying to pull up their percentages. Where the hell are those? They're not gonna give me the percentages. Okay, that's a little. Oh, here we go. As a team, like they're shooting 53% from the field. They're shooting 40% from three. So I mean, it's just like it's a lose-lose, because like, what are you gonna do? Like you want to try to collapse inside and try to deal with like some of these bigs like Bianca and Sarah Strong. And like, well, okay, well, they're just going to kick it out to, Azzy Fudd, who's shooting 46% on the season, or to Ali Zebel, who's shooting 47%. It's not
nearly
it's like
50% from three.
And it's like Sarah and Bianca are also shooting right around 40%. So like, if you can't, it's not like you can just leave them on the perimeter to go help inside. They're still liable to knock down shots. It's just like you've got to play near perfect defense like every possession, because they just have so many players that can hurt you anywhere on the floor. And kick it over to UCLA, who I think's got the best chance, just because like Lauren's just so unstoppable inside. A team that they're shooting right around on par with them, 38% from three, 51% from the field. They've got a knockdown shooter in Gianna Nepkins, who's shooting 45%. Gabriela Jaquez shoots 42. Kiki Rice shoots 41. Kiki's and Jaquez are actually also shooting. Oh, that's their free throw percentage. If they get to the line, like
they're not
89, 88, 93. And then their whole starting.
Who's that girl there with 100% from the free throw line?
Yeah.
She probably hasn't taken that many this year, but
still
she played majority of the games. They're a really good team.
I think like UCLA is really well coached, because they like all of these ladies they got in their starting lineup are really talented, but they take, you don't like have your whole starting five shooting 52.5% or 50% or better, rather. Well, you know what? Kiki's 50.9. I'm gonna call that 51. So you don't have them all shooting 51 or better from the field if they're not coached really well into taking into good shot selection. Like they get good open looks, but they all have ladies really capable of knocking down tough shots as well. So, like, hey guys, I would love to say that maybe there's a little bit of an underdog story, and I mean there still could be. There's still some sneaky good teams down here.
Seems like David versus Goliath. Any team that matches up against UConn,
like Ole Miss, TCU, heck, even like Georgia, maybe North Carolina a little bit could surprise some people with a deep run, but UCLA and UConn especially, and even South Carolina are just so stacked up. It's tough to. There's a little bit of a disparity. Like there's the good teams, but then there's like the like. There's like two. There's like usually there's like two or three that are just like miles on top of the competition. It's a little.
I need to see just how many national championships that Geno's won.
Oh man, it's a lot.
Because one of the best head coaches of all time. This is one of the 12.
Okay.
This is one of the best basketball coaches of all time. Wow, Geno Auriemma.
I thought they were looking to go for double digits this year, maybe, but they're already there. So that could be 13 national championships. Yeah, he's created.
He broke the record for the most national championships in 2016. So he's won titles in 95, 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2009, 2013, and the rest of the list doesn't even load up there because it's just that long.
I mean, they won last year with
There we go.
records.
It is 2014, 2015, 2016, and then 2025. And he's been in the Final Four 24 times, 21 conference regular season titles, 20 conference tournament titles. They've lost 17 conference games in the last 2 decades.
Yeah, they're Big East, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
17
they just own
losses
that
in 20
division.
years.
That's crazy.
They've never lost a conference game since the old Big East reorganization. Holy crap. So they haven't lost a conference game since 2013.
That almost doesn't even seem real. Wow. All right. Before we move over to the men's basketball, we'll give you some big upcoming games. Tomorrow night, Georgia, Oklahoma. That's a big top 25 matchup. You've got South Carolina's taking on Alabama, who's at home trying to stay ranked in the top 25. And then you've got LSU and Ole Miss. So the SEC giving us some big matchups there. Nothing really, no big top 25 matchups on Friday. Saturday, you've got Baylor taking on Arizona, Texas Tech taking on Colorado, but not. So taking on some unranked schools there. And then Ole Miss and South Carolina are squaring off on Sunday. Michigan plays Iowa as well. And later that evening, you've got Tennessee, Oklahoma, Kentucky and Vanderbilt, Minnesota and Michigan. And then that's about so a little bit of a calmer week. Those are about the biggest matchups that we've got upcoming here in women's hoops. Over to the men's side, flashback. Nothing was really going on Thursday and with your top 25 schools. It was a quiet Wednesday.
Kicked off on the weekend is really
the weekends where it got crazy. So Friday we saw Michigan get absolutely belted. Michigan State rather get absolutely belted by Wisconsin in Madison. Man, that was a surprising beatdown from the Badgers. Nick Boyd dropping 29. John Blackwell with the 24 points as well. Those guys combined for 9 threes in this one. And yeah, the Badgers getting to the line 23 times. Did a good job of shutting down most of the starters for Michigan. Jackson Kolar was pretty cold. Jeremy Fields was pretty inefficient. 3 of 12. I mean, he scored 14, but he got to the line 7 times. Did have 12 assists in this one. Jordan Scott scored 11, but he shot 4 of 13. They just ended up the shot selection. Michigan felt rushed, and Michigan State rather felt rushed and sped up this entire game. So the Badgers, man, it seemed like they kind of got rattled on the road a bit too. Like that home crowd was.
We gotta see. Okay, they are after that win. They are in the top 25 now. Wisconsin. I think that's where they should be. We're seeing. I didn't really think this was gonna happen, but BYU slowly falling in the rankings.
They're just
as of recently, man.
They're free falling pretty much, man. It's
down to 23rd. It's been tough going.
Kansas really exposed how to beat that team. Colorado took them to overtime. And yeah,
that's a team that virtually has no offense at all.
Yeah,
they had 86
how you
points.
let Colorado score 86 points on you? Got multiple guys scoring 20 plus. They needed a hero-like performance from Robert Wright, who, Diabonsa, man, he just you cut off those lanes to the basket, dude. He did all right. Had 8 assists, and this one did pick up 13 rebounds. He can't shoot the 3. He's just not able to create very well for his jump shots. And then 8 assists, but 7 turnovers. So it's you can get him to give the ball away.
He can create. I feel like he just has his go-to moves that he doesn't ever shy away from.
Right.
You know, if he has the chance to do a low pickup into a drive, then he's going to take it.
Right.
If he has a chance to use his speed and get by you and just go left, he's gonna explode by you.
It just doesn't seem like he's very comfortable with his jump shot.
Yeah, I feel like the only time I feel like he is comfortable with his jump shot is when he gets right to that spot, kind of right where the restricted area is. Right. Is the only time you really ever see him go up and take that close shot.
I mean, it's like obviously like teams are going to see that. Like if that's really the only place you're comfortable jump shooting, like we're gonna.
All you have to do.
It's just too easy to take that away.
Yeah, all you really have to do is show help towards that lane.
I will say the BYU's defense in this one, Richie Saunders got hurt and then only played 1 minute. He had left the game really early, so that probably would have made a difference. Looks like whatever it was, he's better now. So hopefully they get him back. But Robert Wright absolutely went off. 39 points. He was 12 of 16, hit 4 threes, knocked down 11 of his 13 free throws, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. Was able to really carry the load for him. But that was just one of the things going on Saturday. We had a lot of other big matchups to discuss. Let's start with the Wildcats taking their second loss of the season to the Texas Tech Red Raiders, man. At home, JT Toppin leads the boys in there, drops 31 and 13.
Dang. That was a tough overtime loss, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this one, a lot of the Arizona fans that I talked to about that Kansas game were really not a fan of how the game was officiated. But this one, I mean, this was just a clean game. Both teams were getting after it. And it was just a physical. It felt like a March Madness basketball game.
I was going to say, like, Arizona getting to the line was what kept them in it for a good chunk of this. They shot 31 free throw attempts. Were only able to knock down 23, though. But neither team was very good at the line. Texas Tech was 13 of 19. So definitely some points left on the board there. This game was one where, like, Arizona been a pretty good team shooting the three all year, but they just really struggled in this one, which is kind of weird. You expect like those role players and those like 3-and-D guys to be better at home, but
the thing about their 3-point shooting, it was at a high percentage only because they took so little threes throughout games. Their 3-and-D guys is pretty limited on what they have.
That's true.
Because it feels like their 3-and-D guys are the most inconsistent 3-point shooters on the team at some points.
So, yeah, it was like maybe just some desperation, which is like something you see just in college basketball more, where like guys just start settling for threes when that really isn't their thing. And it was like, yeah, like Texas Tech was more willing to give that up. I mean, even then they didn't take a ton. They only took 16, but only able to convert 4. So 25% is not going to get it done most nights.
That 16 threes that they shot is really probably the most that they've taken in a game all season.
Usually like around 8 to 10, I think, something like that. So
it's not really the game that they're trying to play. If they can go out there and use their athleticism to get on a really good run early by just setting the tempo and attacking the basket on you and throwing lobs, it's a lot of pick and roll game. They run a lot of stack where, well, the first screen, your big man rolls, and then your shooter pops out from the free throw line out to like the 45 for a shot. And most of the time it really just gets, when they had Caleb Love, it was just Caleb Love rim running, attacking the basket. Now, Jaden Bradley, I feel like now him and Braden Burries should use their playmaking a little bit to kind of stretch the floor more for him. maybe if they have more opportunities, it might become more consistent for them in the tournament. You never know.
That's what I think they should work on is like if they could get better at taking more threes, you've got two guards that are incredible playmakers. Like they could be really dangerous if they could knock down some more. But I mean, Texas Tech's going to be a force, and they've got a really experienced player who's tough to stop. He's one of the best out, just working in the post and maybe the best at the post up game in the country. He's just really hard to stop. Florida, another big game on Saturday. Florida knocking Kentucky out of the top 25 with a 92-83 victory. And then Duke taking down number 20 Clemson, 67-57. Bit more of a defensive matchup in this one. Boozer continuing his really impressive season, 18, 8, and 4, 2 steals and a block shot. Man, he's like leading the country in doubles. I think he's got like the most like 20 and 10 games. And right now he's averaging, I don't know, like there's a lot of incredible talent this year, but as a freshman, like what he's doing with the efficiency numbers, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to lean anybody else to go to.
Yeah.
Averaging 23 and 10. He's shooting 58%.
If anyone's
he's the front runner for player of the year.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's crazy because he's a freshman. And the top contenders right now for your National Player of the Year are also your top contenders for the Freshman of the Year in college. So as you go through, Cameron Boozer is the number one ranked guy in odds for Player of the Year and also Freshman of the Year. And then you go down the list, AJ DeBonsa, he's also in your Player of the Year conversations. Darius Acuff, also in your Player of the Year conversation. Caleb Wilson, he's there too. Keaton Wagler, he's also there. Kingston Flemings, he's working his way up after that 42-point game that he had against Texas Tech. He's working his way up.
Like Houston, they play fantastic defense, and he's done replacing Jeremiah Fears, though, as that big time shot creator, that scorer, the guy that they can count on to hit tough shots. So, like, I mean, like Houston's going to just drag you into the mud with their defense. And so, like, you're going to, like, and then they've got that guy who can hit some big shots to win them games.
So perfect,
really impressive.
Perfect school to really develop like a guard of his style and a Fears' style. And then previously unranked Mikhail Brown Jr. has made a name for himself after his big night after the Super Bowl for Louisville, 45-9 on 10 of 16 shooting from 3 versus NC State. So he's been working his way up in that rookie or freshman of the year conversation. It's just crazy that a lot of the top guys for freshman of the year are also being talked about for the National Player of the Year. But we've had so many complaints recently about the older players in college sports. And I mean, the younger guys are showing that they're the ones.
All the complaints about guys staying too long in college, but like right now, I mean, it's the year of the freshman. Man, like when was the last time we saw a freshman class this dominant, man? This might be like the best freshman class of all time. I don't know. That might just be recency bias, but yeah, it is insane. You just think about like all the top guys around the country, and they're all freshmen. Like I don't know, like every like
in the last 10 years
got like a big name freshman just about. It's kind of crazy.
Like in the last 10 years, this has easily been, I think this has been the best freshman class, one of the best freshman classes.
Well, another team though that is starting to climb up a little bit, or I don't know. I feel like I just haven't seen them getting enough love, but they deserve it. Is Iowa State, who they're a top 5 team in the country. I just don't feel like people are talking about them as much because I don't know, they're just like one of those teams where it's like they don't necessarily have like a superstar phenom right now, but it's like they just play like really good team basketball, and they've come out. They just pulled off 2 big wins. So they took down Kansas 74-56, and on their home court on Saturday, and that was with Darren Peterson playing. They held Darren Peterson to 10 points. Another team like they're really like what's Houston. They're really like them, like just in the terms like they can really drag you down. Like they play very tough physical defense. They're like they don't take any possessions off. Like they want the game to be as low scoring as possible. They want to frustrate you. And then they've got, I believe they've got one of the top 3-point shooters in the country. I think he might actually be leading the country. But he's one of the top guys.
Monchalovic, the boy is shooting 51% from 3.
He's an absolute sniper out there, man.
And I mean, that's really their guy that they're giving it to get buckets, because he's really strong, like mid-post scorer as well. He's got really crafty footwork, and he's, for being 6'8", he really faces up on a lot of the bigs in the Big 12, and he can get up and score on them. He's got the strength to post up against the bigs and stretch the floor.
And I mean, they've got like Lipsy, their senior guard. He's just a hustle guy out there, man. He like not the best shooter, but like he's always like making those like kind of, sometimes it's those invisible plays where he like forces a turnover that doesn't like get recorded as a steal. But I mean, he still picks up a decent amount of steals. He had 3 in this game against them. Making the right pass or just like diving after a loose ball. Like you got that. He's the real like kind of energy guy of that team. They have another really good, I believe this is actually their center, but Blake Buchanan. Technically, he's listed as a forward, but 6'10", he can kind of play as a center there. It's just a really, like, everyone on that starting 5 is really good. They do their job really well. Took down Kansas on Saturday, and then Monday they took down Houston. Both of those, I'll say, I'll concede that those were both home games, but 2 impressive back-to-back victories. This Houston game I got to watch this game in its entirety, which I was stoked about, man. Iowa State's got
they're slept on.
Crowd gets fired up, bro. I mean, like from the first tip, it was like they would explode at any big moment. It was a great atmosphere to watch. And then like this was 2 defensive powerhouses, you could tell, just going at it in the second half, because like, what do you mean 27-27 is your second half score? So being up by 3 at the end of the first half went a huge way in Iowa State winning this game. I mean, this was so back and forth, man. Like first, Houston was up 5-2. Then the Cyclones went on to an 11-0 run. And then Houston at one point had was up like 33-21. And then Iowa State came and closed the gap again. Or it might have been 33-24, but like they closed the gap again, and then they ended up like getting the lead at halftime. This felt like a Final Four matchup.
Oh yeah. They were back and forth. I mean, you're taking out the best team in your conference record wise at this point in Houston, and it's not even, it's a team effort, like you were saying, like hustle offensive rebounds from Taman Lipsy and Nate Heese with the go-ahead 3-pointer that pretty much sealed this one. Dude, late. Like it's not just one guy every game.
Yeah, Heese was a dog off the bench. And like I would say, they really only go about like 3 deep into their bench, but that's about all they need, man. Like that's what they've been doing all year. This was a defensive clinic though. I mean, 70-67. A couple of guys with some, decently high point totals, I guess. Like Fleming scored 22, Emmanuel Sharp had 16. Like Iowa State, like their top guy was Jefferson with 12 points, man. Like it was, they just had to get down and dirty, but everybody scored at least 6, which made a big difference in this one. Because you had a number of guys that got minutes for Houston that weren't able to score at all.
Yep. It's exciting to see, man, that this is probably one of the best teams in the country, and it's all built off the power of friendship right now. That's the story for Iowa State. They're not a one-man show. They don't have one of those top guys in the conversation for player of the year or anything like that. Been kind of overshadowed by the other competition in the Big 12 this year. I mean, it's this race for the Big 12 championship is going to be crazy this year. The Big 12 tournament is going to be like, it's going to be a war zone after once we get into March. It's going to be insane.
The Big 12 tournament feels like it's going to be like the what's the word I'm looking for? The opener for March Madness. Like this is going to get, you watch the Big 12 tournament and that's going to get you it's like the appetizer before the main course. Like that is going to just get you
fired up
for March, because the Big 12 is like going to just be absolutely insane. Because I'm also like thinking like, yeah, there's a lot of really good like ranked teams in here, but like squads like West Virginia, TCU have been scrappy all year. Arizona State pulled off an upset the other last night. We'll go talk about that in just a second. UCF's been a scrappy team. So I mean, we're gonna be I'm
excited
to treat it some pretty good basketball, but big win there for the
we might even see
the Cyclones.
That might be when we see AJ DeBonta just come into his own and just take over that entire tournament. We'll see. Is it going to be, or is it going to be Houston's guys? Is it going to be Kingston Fleming's that really takes it to the next level and just dominates that tournament? We'll see. Because I mean, a lot of freshmen in the Big 12 are making a name for themselves this season.
So I was mentioning there was a big upset that Arizona State pulled off. Last night was kind of the night of upsets. If you think about it. St. Louis grabbed their second loss of the season. Rhode Island took them down 81-76. North Carolina losing to NC State 82-50. Quentin Copeland 26-7 from that kid on the Wolfpack. I believe. Okay, no, he is a senior. I was going to say I thought that was another freshman. I'm getting confused with somebody else. But that was another big upset that went down. Arizona State, as I mentioned, took down Texas Tech 72-67. And then Nebraska falls on the road to Iowa 57-52. So, yeah, a number of teams going down.
Hoiberg. Don't let the season slip, man. Nebraska ball is almost back.
Yeah. I mean, that was this game was interesting. They really shot terribly from 3.
Oh yeah, they only made 5 out of 24.
Can't even really, like, Iowa didn't shoot all that great either. Yeah, they just I think they just failed to convert on some opportunities. Like, 9 steals in this one, 12 turnovers from the Hawkeyes. Then they had 12 turnovers of their own, and they had a tough time keeping Sturts contained. Like, it was just they just kind of blew some opportunities, missed some shots that they shouldn't have. It was a bit of a sloppy game out of them. And then it was like one of those where it's like they kind of like they weren't able to neutralize the crowd early, and it just I think like the game started to get away from them a little bit early, and it was one of those things where it snowballed, and they couldn't get it reeled back in, unfortunately for them.
That is one of those games. I feel like in college that is kind of on the coaching.
That's the danger. You go onto the
That's
road.
on the coaching because
Right,
like
he wasn't able to get the players settled down.
Yeah.
Get the
you got to get your
nerves in
guys.
check,
You
man.
got to get your guys calmed down. It was a beatable Iowa team, even on the road.
Iowa's incredibly mid. Like it's
Even on the road, they're beatable. You're top 25 school. You put up some good fights against the top competition in the Big 12.
Right.
This is one you just got to sit your guys down in the timeout and then
like back on Saturday, Purdue went in there and just dog walked them. So it's like you could
like
they're not really that good.
They should have came. I feel like they would have came on the road to Iowa with a little chip on their shoulder after kind of get beat. You gotta bounce back some way. It's late in the season.
All right. Well, the last big matchup I want to cover, though, Michigan taking down Purdue last night, 91-80. The Wolverines are the number one team in the country now, and they're playing like it. This was on the road. They go into Purdue. What's the name of that center again? I mean, Mackey Arena. That's it. They go into Mackey Arena, one of the toughest places to play in all of college basketball. You know, one of the best historically, one of the best like programs of the past like 2 decades, 3 decades even, and they put on a clinic. Kaufman, Wren, Braden Smith, obviously they showed out. 27-12 for TKR. Smith had 20 points. He was 10-10 at the line there. But they took away, he didn't make a lot of plays passing, only 6 assists, 3 turnovers, did have 4 steals. But Michigan, man.
It really felt like Michigan just wanted Trey Kaufman Wren and Braden Smith to beat them. And they did their best to just eliminate everybody else and all those other role players.
I mean, you look at after those two who combined for 47. Fletcher Lawyer gave you 11. You got 8 out of Mayer, Omar Mayer. Everyone else was like 3 or 4 points. Like they really took away. Like they were like, all right,
go ahead.
Sure.
If 2 guys want to get half your points, go ahead.
Right. Like
you have those 2 guys outscore everybody in our starting lineup.
Like we're bigger. We're just bigger. We're tougher than you. They were getting killed on the boards, man. Like the amount of second chance points Michigan was getting in this game was absolutely filthy. I mean, like I watched like one possession. They go, it's a driving layup, too strong, goes off the backboard. I think it was London Board gets it, tries to put it back up. It goes off the side of the iron. And then you have Mara gets it, kicks it out to one of the guards for a 3. That 3 rims off. Mara gets it again, kicks it out for a 3 again. And that one splashes. It's like, I mean, that's like you gave them 3 opportunities on one possession to take a shot. Like they all weren't that bad, but they really got killed.
That's kind of the danger of playing Michigan. They don't
Especially
really feel
offensive boards.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like they ever have that many off nights because they're so good at getting offensive rebounds that they really have so many opportunities for their guys to get a pretty wide open, like a pretty clean look. And they could actually get their 3-point shooters in a rhythm because, I mean, at that point, it's just practice. Big man grabbing a board off the glass and kicking it out to you for a 3. That's literally just shoot around practice for these guys. Like that, you give too many opportunities like that to any team and they'll kill you. But that's where Michigan gets you, man. They're so disciplined on the offensive boards and they stay home and grab them.
Yeah. And it's a team like, again, that has some really good shot selection. I mean, I'm looking at a lot of their starters, like where they're shooting from the field. I mean, the worst is like Cadeau at 44%. and he takes a lot of shots though. Like he's kind of their main. He's their point guard, so he's obviously gonna.
And that's
he's gonna take some tougher ones too. But I mean, like they're bigs, Mara, Johnson, Lindenborg. I mean, like 65, 67, 50%.
like that's way above average.
Yeah.
Like that him being at 43% is around like an NBA league average in some seasons. Just around the league for shooting. So I mean, they're just above average shooting percentage with most of their players.
At this point, like their biggest weakness is that's like I think they're above average, but I don't think that they stand out necessarily in playmaking. And then again, they're just kind of like an average 3-point shooting team. But they've got some pretty clutch shooters that can knock down like they knock down threes at some big moments. And like in this one, like they 13 to 23, they were 57% from the line in this game. Like they shoot like night. 36% on the year. And then it's just so hard to get a defensive rebound against these guys. Like or an O board for that matter. That's where I think you're really gonna like if a team's gonna want to beat Michigan, I think the best way is to make them have to shoot a lot of threes. And like I don't mean like them get a rebound and then kick it out to an open guy for three. I mean, like they have to take more contested or, like not as open looks where they're, that's where they're getting a lot of that 3-point offense is like people are trying so hard to contest them in the paint. Then you just swing it to the corner. And it's like, that's open. Like they'll knock that down most of the time.
More slower paced teams too that want to get their offense set up on the other end. Like you can't, when a shot goes up, everybody has to stay back and just be glued to their man. So if that offensive rebound if they do grab the offensive rebound, like they're not going to be able to kick it out to an open shot. Like you just gotta,
you're gonna need like your big
slow the pace,
battle one-on-one. Like you kind of have to.
They're a deep team too. Their bigs are coming out fresh, and they're gonna just bully ball you if you.
I feel like if you could speed them up, man, like maybe just try to play at a faster pace, just because and try to tire those guys out. But like you said, I mean, they got a deep bench too, so they can keep their guys fresh. It doesn't matter too much. But it's going to be interesting. We didn't even cover we didn't even really talk about like what Illinois did this week. Gonzaga's still out there, UConn. This tournament, it feels like it could really be.
And with the new Pac-12 starting up next year, we might even see some noise made from some other teams we never even hear from, man. Because they're
getting into a power conference, get a little.
We might see
recognition.
We might see the Pac-12 be revitalized with basketball because they're not really adding the greatest of football programs to it. But with Gonzaga going there, I feel like those teams are you got more of a reason to build up a top program now. You got a big time school in your conference now.
You want to be
comp.
And speaking of the Pac-12, I don't know if you guys heard, but North Dakota State is jumping.
No way.
From the FCS to the FBS. So they are the newest Pac-12 member. Kind of makes sense. I mean, they've been absolutely dominating. And like they had a little bit of a fall off in the 2020s, but they still won like 2 out of the 5 national championships. And then they won like 9 in a row or something. And they were like the past 25 years, they've been the national champion like 16 times or something. Like it's just a ridiculous number. So I mean, they've kind of peaked in that.
Yeah, I think it's well deserved from to get back in there.
the natural step. I mean, they're like a Final Four contestant almost every year in the FCS playoffs. So
that's pretty cool, though. They're moving up now.
That'll be
coming to
pretty-
the Pac-12.
That'll be pretty sick. I'm really interested to see how they do. I mean, they're already like not out of the question of being a potential contender in the Pac-12 too, because it's like you've got. I feel like we'll see Washington State at least make a bit of a. They're a little closer to being able to rebound and get back to being a competitive program. Boise's going to be good. Who else we got in there? CSU's kind of they've got a minute, but Fresno
State could be a contender.
Utah
We'll
State's
see
a better program than
UNLV. Is UNLV staying in the Mountain West?
UNLV's still in the Mountain West.
Okay. San Diego State
Oh wait,
or not?
no. I'm sorry. North Dakota State's going to the Mountain West, not the Pac-12.
Oh,
My fault. My
okay.
apologies. They're going to the they're replacing somebody in the Mountain West.
So with all those teams there, I mean, yeah, you still have Utah State in the Mountain West.
No, Utah State went to the Pac-12, I believe. But there's still you've got UNLV, New Mexico's they've got a pretty good program. Let's see, Hawaii's got a good team. So I mean, North Dakota State really has a chance to be contending for a Mountain West title year one, though.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But that's something we'll be pretty interested to see. And then Sacramento State is going to be joining the MAC. So I think they need to play Ball State every year, so we get a yearly Ball Sac matchup.
Perfect.
But no, in all seriousness, that's cool for them. I get another team in the MAC, replaces NIU, who went to join the Mountain West as well.
Well, that's pretty good. I mean, conference realignment, that's kind of the only thing that has really been helping. There's more space for other teams to move up that kind of deserve it.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. I mean, this new Pac-12 might even open up the doors for Gonzaga to build a football program one of these days.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it though. Why would they make a give up or do another sport when they're just so good at basketball?
I mean, you're all right. You don't even have to work your way up to be in Division I.
That's true.
And then you got a fresh roster and the transfer portal and NIL. I mean, I'm sure the basketball team wouldn't mind throwing some funds over to football for kind of,
I don't know.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. You be good enough in this conference. I mean, you make a bowl game, you're getting paid out.
That's true.
Those out of conference games where you're playing top ranked teams.
You win the Pac-12, you get an automatic playoff bid too.
Yeah. And that's some money for your school right there and for your conference. So
ain't too bad of an idea for him, but
I doubt that would even really happen though. Well, I mean, you never know. With all the former players and all the alumni that care about the school, that's where your main donations are coming from.
I feel like they just wouldn't want to risk their basketball program, like taking any type of step back.
So like we're moving to a conference where we might not dominate on everybody every single game.
Right. We might actually have to like compete a little bit. We don't get to play San Francisco every year. Like, let's see who they've played at when they started conference play. To their credit, they did have some more top 25 matchups.
This has been their better schedule in recent history. That's what I would say.
They kind of just got unlucky with Oregon having a big fall off this year. Same with like UCLA, but like they played, and even Kentucky. But like, I mean, they tried. Like those are typically like pretty good basketball programs. Same like played Michigan, played Bama, Creighton, Oklahoma. Like Creighton's also just kind of fallen off. That's not. I mean, maybe they saw that, but like these games are scheduled well in advance. But yeah, no playing San Diego, Seattle U, Santa Clara, Pepperdine.
Yeah, the
Oregon State. they'll be playing Oregon State and Washington State again. Seattle U.
College
LMU.
schedules are weirdly done in advance. You can buy tickets to college football games in 2032 right now.
Right, well, like we know, like it was just announced that in 31 that the Boise State Iowa or Idaho rivalry is coming back, and it's like they're going to be restarting that rivalry series. And I'm like, cool, but like also like isn't Idaho in the FCS now? So like,
yeah, they're the one team in history that has moved down. I think, other than I believe Kent State's, aren't they moving down after they went winless?
I don't know. They probably should. They're a pretty terrible program. We failed them. We didn't play with them enough in the NCAA game and give them a bunch of NIL money from them being one of the most played teams in the game. So unfortunately, they're not going to be able to rebuild their program that way.
Dang it!
We had an opportunity, guys, and we blew it. We could have made State a powerhouse.
We blew it. They needed more love.
Maybe next time. All right, well, let's take a look at what we got coming up for men's college hoops this week. Some of your big matchups tonight.
BYU, Arizona tonight.
BYU, Arizona, and Arkansas, Alabama. Bama is desperately trying to stay in that top 25. They're going to be hosting that really good Razorbacks team, though. Two teams that are, trying to keep pace and get a top seed in the SEC tournament in a very competitive SEC this year. So that's what we got tonight. Thursday, we don't got anything top 25 related.
Man, nothing really until it looks like maybe Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, you've got an in-state rivalry of Purdue versus Indiana, but I imagine Purdue's going to just whoop. This could be interesting. VCU St. Louis.
Okay, here we go. Saturday really kicks it off. Your first matchup, first Hughes matchup, 1 p.m., Arizona, Houston, in Houston. Then you got number 1 Michigan taking on Duke.
It's going to be such a fire
in
game.
A neutral site, mind you. This is in the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., where the Wizards play. So we're not, no Michigan, no North Carolina home court advantage. We're just straight up 1 versus 3 matchup. Oh, man. And then Iowa State, BYU is your nightcap at 8:30.
Provo at the Marriott Center. Oh, yeah. Some really good matchups there. This is a bit of a sleeper because Miami fell out of the top 25, but Virginia, Miami.
That'll be a good ACC matchup.
Miami's been really good this year. And then Virginia, 22-3, they're 14th in the country. I think that'll be a good game to watch as well. So yeah, I mean Saturday you've got 4 really big matchups. I mean Arizona, Houston, and beat like Michigan, Duke. Like I mean, what that feels like a Final Four weekend right there. Like
you got 1, 2, 3, and 4 all playing in the same exact weekend.
All playing each other too. Oh my God, spoiled. We're a little spoiled there.
Okay. So Michigan and Duke is the Edward Jones Capital Showcase. That's why it's the different little out of conference game.
I like
right
that
here.
they do these like out of conference showcase games. They need to do like more of those. Like
when it lines up like this,
bro. Like we're getting a game like this at this point in the season. Let's go. And like, dude, this is whoever wins that, dude. That's gonna go a massive way though. And like, I mean, whoever wins this game is, I think, basically guaranteed the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
At that point.
I mean, is Michigan's depth going to be able to stand up to Duke? Man, John Shire, ever since he took over for Coach K, he has been just right in stride and killing it over there. And developed Cooper Flagg to get right to the NBA. Now he's got Cameron Boozer to mess around with.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be the best matchup right here. Even though I've been watching Arizona like a hawk, that the Big 12 has clearly been in my opinion the most competitive conference, but Duke, Michigan, number 1 number one freshman and your number one candidate for player of the year going up against the number one team in the country.
Going to be a fantastic game. Then we've got on Monday, the big Monday showcase on ESPN. They got Louisville going to North Carolina, and then Houston going to the Allen Fieldhouse in Lawrence, Kansas to take on the Jayhawks. Man, Houston they've also been getting put through the ringer recently. They're this is in the crazy part of their schedule that they've had to play. Like, the past couple weeks, they had to take on Texas Tech a little bit ago. Then they've gotten BYU, and they have just played Iowa State. Then they got Arizona and Kansas still to come on their schedule. Like, another team that really had to go through a tough stretch on their schedule. So that'll be coming up next Monday. And then we're going to get to Tuesday of next week. Kind of cools off a bit. No really insane matchups. There's a good ACC battle between NC State and Virginia. Miami of Ohio will be looking to stay undefeated against Eastern Michigan on the road if they're still undefeated at that point. BYU's got we said, a pretty tough UCF team. That's where it sort of settles down a little bit. But Saturday, Monday. Those are your two, and even tonight, actually. Those are your two big games. Your 3 big days. You got to be tuned in. Well, we got just a little bit of time left. You want to talk briefly on All-Star Weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised with Damian Lillard's performance in the 3-point contest.
That was actually
he
one of the
looks like he's healing up nicely and been rehabbing that injury, and he'll probably come back and be pretty solid for Portland.
Fresh off an Achilles tear, and he just goes out and wins the 3-point contest. What's that, 3 in a row now for him?
Yeah, and he when he had 27 in the first round, I was like, all right, I'm happy with this. It wasn't as bad.
He scored 31 to win it.
Yeah,
because Con Knipple, he opened up with 27, and then he had 30 on his first go around in round 2. I think right now Con should be a yearly invite too. He was lights out in that. That was a lot of fun to see.
The dunk contest, though, man, every single one of those dudes needs to be boycotted except for freaking Carter Bryant. He's the only one that pulled off a creative dunk. It was Carter Bryant.
That year, the reverse kind of like double pump.
Yeah,
over the head. That was the best one of the contest. That was the only perfect dunk, I believe, too. I thought Keyshawn Johnson, he ended up ultimately winning it, had some good ones too. I like it was more from the free throw line, and he did the wind up where he wound it back and then brought it forward. That one was pretty good. He was at least consistent. I just think we've just seen everything. It's just so hard to
Well, what the heck happened to the props and stuff? You could redo a dunk, a similar dunk that somebody's done before in the dunk contest. I think it would still look better than what they pulled off, especially when all the people that just post videos of themselves dunking on the internet were being more creative and pulling out stuff that we were at least just showing a little bit of creativity with it. And that's what shows your athletic ability in the dunk contest, is being able to just think of something crazy to do before your dunk and just somehow pulling it off. Instead of grabbing it out of a guy who's running down the baseline's hand, trying to do a windmill, trying to do a 360 cradle windmill and smacking it into the side of the backboard.
Dude, I thought, what was the guy's name from the Magic?
That was him that did that dunk.
You're talking about the one where it looked like he almost knocked himself out.
Yeah,
his head hit the floor. Yeah, that looked perilous. I thought the shooting challenge was interesting too. It was better than a skills challenge, whatever they did there. That was that was cool. So that was a kind of a fun competition there. And then World and Stars versus Stripes was better. And there was at least like some guys came to play. Kawhi Leonard dropping 31 in that one game.
He pretty much
Stripes.
took out the Avengers in that game, dude.
That was crazy. Yeah, I can't believe the World did as bad as they did, man. That was wild. But yeah, Kawhi Leonard came to play.
They were talking a little bit of trash.
Yeah. Wemby setting the tone in the first game early. And then like the championship where Team Stars just blew the doors off of Team Stripes. That was a little shocking to see there, but 47 from them.
It was really a better All-Star weekend than I had expected, though.
I gotta say,
honestly,
yeah, I enjoyed this one a little bit more than previous weekends. I like this little tournament between like the World Stars and Stripes. I think that's good. And then there's a bit of national pride to play for, at least. So like some guys were still given some more.
Then there was a WNBA little like kickoff event, I think, or it might have been their All-Star weekend that they had done last year, but it was like a one-on-one tournament that they did. And Sonia Citron beat Courtney Williams 11-0. Just skunked her and absolutely shocked. I mean, I didn't think Sonia Citron was really like elite little one-on-one scorer like that, but she just took out one of the better perimeter defenders, skunked her.
NBA won't do that because there's too many egos that get in the way. But
there would be legit fights at a 1v1 from the NBA.
Better All-Star weekend. That's going to do it for our show today, though. Sorry we kind of got carried away. We weren't able to get the team to but we'll bring that back next week for sure.
There's more to cover when you don't have a 3-hour show the week before.
All right, guys. Well, we got to get off the air, but thank you for watching another episode of Till the Final Whistle here on Military Broadcast Radio. We'll catch you all next week.
Life is like a duck. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Here at Military Broadcast Radio, we're teaming up with our friends at Die Tired, the veteran-friendly music band spreading strength, resilience, and mental health awareness one shirt at a time.
And check this out. Their brand new shirts feature broadcast beaker right on the breast pocket. A reminder that you can weather the storm, and you're never alone.
Shirts are only $25 and proceeds support giving veterans a voice. MBR's mission to teach veterans how to podcast and videocast. Because when our vets are talking, they're not overthinking. They're not second-guessing. Together, we stop the 22 stigma. Grab your shirt today at mbradio.us and hit the shop. Or go directly to toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband. That's toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband.
Suit up. Stand strong.
Remember, we're unduckable together.
You're built tougher than the storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them.